Well, good afternoon or good morning. I was going to say good evening. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our 500 500 point qualifiers call. It's Cara here calling in from Townsville. I'm very excited about this particular call because, as you guys know or may not know, our guest speaker Mike Thoars, who's a 7,500 Royalty Point Millionaire team member, is also our sponsor. So, he was the guy that introduced me to the business. And, as a result, obviously, we have a great team of people like you guys that have logged into this call. So it's just so amazing, the ripple effect, because if it wasn't for Mike, and I know I'm going to blow him up a little bit here, and he's going to share a little bit more of his story, but if it wasn't for Mike, a lot of you guys, probably wouldn't have been introduced to Herbalife through, perhaps the person that has introduced you today. So this is really exciting, and I'm really proud of the guys that have logged on to the live call and also listening into the recording for qualifying. So guys, I'm not going to take up any more of Mike's valuable time. So I'm going to pass it over to Mike to, share his screen and go ahead. On to you, Mike.
Well, good morning, guys. Wow, what a busy old morning it's been for me. It's been up. I've had Fit Club. I've registered someone, and we're getting ready for our Healthy Active Lifestyle Expo, and so many things happening. I've got to work out how to log. Where is it? Oh, let me escape here. I'm just got to pick up my little. Now, you don't have to be a genius to be a Herbalife distributor. Okay. There it is. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. I think we've got it. Current slide. Beautiful. So, guys, look, thanks for taking time on the call. We're just going to be here for about a half an hour, and we're going to keep moving, guys. So, take good notes, take screenshots. It's being recorded, so obviously you have that as well. Just take away what is relevant to you. I'm just going to cover a little bit about my story, some of the challenges, some of the things I think are really, really important in our business. And it's entirely up to you what you take on board and what you discard. And that's absolutely fine. If there's things that aren't relevant to you, take them on at a point when they become relevant. Some of the things I'm going to share with you was shared with me over and over and over for probably 10 years before I understood, and was able to put them into practice. So little bit about my background, guys. Had a really varied background, and didn't really know what I want to do. So farming, fishing, construction, hospitality. I owned a lot of small businesses. I worked out very early. I didn't like working for other people. And, I just found Herbalife at a time when, I was in the process of, I had more money going out than coming in every month. And I was in the process of losing my house. And a house I owned outright, I literally lost that. I bought it when I was probably 26 or 27. I'd lost it before I was 30. So, pretty devastating to own something outright like that, set yourself up for life and then lose it. And I found Herbalife trying to save that house. I needed to make some extra money. So it was just extra income. And, I got a great product result. I started to, I was overweight at the time. I was really tired because I had a business, a startup business and a full-time job. I was a concreter at the time, so industrial concreter, plus had a startup business that was just taking every bit of capital that I could make. And so, I was really low on energy. So I started my nutrition program. I was set up really, really well. The guy who started me set me up really well. And so I got a great product result. I started to wake up before the alarm. Energy just started incrementally. I didn't have that through the roof type energy that we hear with some people. I didn't have that, but my energy just got better and better and better and stronger over time. So I came from this point of really low energy to good energy, and dropped 9 kilos. I went back to the guys who started me and I said, how do I keep this off? Sometimes we struggle to get people to stay on our program. I couldn't think of not being on it because I'd worked out I'd finally found a way to get my weight under control and stay in shape. I just wanted to work out how to stay there, you know, and so that was really important for me. And they just put me on a standard maintenance program. And over the years, I had to play that because I love food. You know, I can overeat really easily. So I just found that 2 shakes every day, 3 sets of tabs, 2 shakes, and then however my day works out. You know, some days it's 1 meal, some days it's a snack and a meal, some days it's a couple of meals and a few red wines, whatever it happens to be, no problem. But it's 2 shakes a day for good health. So that's it. And as a result, guys, you know, you can see up in the top right-hand corner, top left-hand corner there, I'm finishing my last marathon, hopefully the last one ever, but you just never know. That was 2007, so it was a decade ago. Down the bottom there, doing Fit Club. I've just walked in the door from Fit Club. A couple of hot pictures there from our holidays. You know, flyboarding was absolutely extraordinary experience put on by Herbalife. Bottom right-hand corner, I got to play touch footy for Australia. And I'm going to share something with you guys, something that nobody else knows yet in our team. So, I trialled on the weekend for the men's over 50s. Australian side. Now, I was the second oldest guy there. There's one guy a couple of months older than me, and I had a birthday on the weekend. So I wasn't telling anybody because I was already way over their age. So I try to keep that one under the radar. I didn't do too badly, but not too well. So, so there were 33 guys trialing. You know, they'd already knocked 40 out, but they're down to 33, and they have to knock 19 out. So there's 14 will go through, 19 will be knocked out. And the coach was going to ring those first 19 that had been knocked out, and then the 14 left over. So that was Sunday. We left. So I haven't had the call yet. I'm pretty nervous whenever my phone rings because I want it to be as late as possible. I want him to ring the 19. So I don't want to be one of those. I'm waiting to see if I actually make an Aussie team again. So I've been in twice. Third time coming up. Here it is, guys. A product of the products. You know, I'm not the most skillful guy. I don't read the play better than any better than anybody else. I'm probably not as good as some. You know, I just don't have a lot of things. But here's what I do have. You know, I'm at the right running weight. I can stay fit, healthy. I've got great energy. And so, guys, the nutrition is absolutely fabulous in that respect. So, the first thing really that's important to build a long-term business is use the products, get a result, work out how to stay in the best shape of your life, and continue to do that. Be visible in doing that, and that's worked really well for me. So, guys, the first step, because it gives you that belief, because you're going to go through some challenges. You're going to go through some ups and downs. You're going to go through days where you go, what am I doing this? You get another refund and you go, what's this about? Someone else quits. Your line of world team disappear. You know what's going to keep you going? You know the products work, and you can look around and you can see other people making the business work. So why not you? And that's what I used to think. Why not me? What do I have to do? What has to happen for me to be able to do what these other guys have been able to do? So that's the first thing, guys. And really keep our business simple. Use the products to get in the best shape of your life. This is part-time. Build a client base to whatever level you look for. $100 a week, no problem. Just use that. Build a client base that brings you $100 a week. If it's $200 a week, build a client base that brings you $200 every single week. We talk about get 20, keep 20. Honestly, get 20, keep 20. I would have been out of the business because it wouldn't have been enough money. When I went from being part-time to full-time, I needed the income. So 20 clients wouldn't have been able to sustain me while I learned the skills to build a royalty income. Mark Hughes always promoted 50. So my goal was always to make 50 sales a month. And, I started part-time. I might have 10 or a dozen sales each month. And my sponsor sat me down and got me to do a 90-day plan, plan of action, very simple, ruled up on a piece of paper. There were no computers then, ruled up on a piece of paper, got me to do a 90-day plan. He told me, this is what you're going to do. And he gave me a list of jobs to do each day and some things to do each week. and that's what I did. I just did a 90-day plan. And I took that from that, 10 or a dozen sales, to 20 or 30 sales, not in the first month, and not very much difference in that first month, an extra sale or two that first month. But the second month, that's around that 6 weeks to 8 week period, some of the work that I did in the beginning started to come through. I started to build more clients. I started to recruit a few people, have that volume starting to rise. And off that first 90-day plan that I built, that I did, by the way, I did it at about 60 to 70%. So it wasn't a perfect 90-day plan, 60 to 70%. It gave me that client base that I could work on. So some would drop off, and that's just normal, but I could just top it up all the time. So I was making probably 40, 45 wholesale sales a month. So we always used to sell to our clients rather than have them ordering from the warehouse, what we'd now call VIP or member orders. The guys who do it direct, we would do that. So I would personally handle those, and then I'd top that up with that, that dozen or so full retail sales, the guys who hadn't yet registered or gone through that next step. So I was always, I had that 45, 55 sales coming through every single month. So I knew I was in business, and that gave me the cash flow to stay around. So guys, build that client base. Now, sometimes they're going to come in through your second and third and fourth line. I just had registered a lady down at Fit Club this morning. So one of the reasons I only just walked in the door. Yeah, but, she was introduced to Fit Club by another lady who'd been coming to Fit Club for months. The first lady's never registered, never shown an interest, but the second lady has been using the products, and now that second month, is coming as a VIP member. So you just never know. Sometimes they're going to come second, third, fourth level down. So as long as you've got that 40, 50 people that are ordering either from the warehouse or through you every single month, you got that cash flow, and you're in business when that happens. It's about being in business, guys. So start to have that business mentality. And then if you're looking for that career level income, financial freedom, it's exactly the same. Use the products, build that client base, exactly the same. But then find, recruit, and teach other health coaches. And if it's someone just wants to make a part-time income, teach them how to use the products, teach them how to build a client base. Come along to your regular local events, probably enough for them. If you find someone who wants that career level income or, that financial freedom, teach them the three things. Teach them also how to find, recruit, and teach other health coaches. And then to tap into our entire menu of support, the support system that we have, the structure, what we call the cycle of success. So that invitation into some sort of presentation, to registration, into our kickoffs or Healthy Active Lifestyle Expos, our STSs, supervisor workshops, into the world team schools, the leadership development weekends, into that spectacular extravaganza. And then, as you develop through, the next level of training, but at least spectacular extravaganza, and get that whole cycle of success. If someone wants to create financial freedom and they start not going to some of those, you need to let them know that if they don't do those things, you can't help them. They'll have to learn on their own. If they're not going to tap in and take advantage of what's there, it's not up to you to teach them. It's up to them to be responsible for their own business. And that way, guys, it keeps our business really, really simple and extremely powerful. Now, you still need to be a mentor to your coaches, but you don't have to hold them by the hand and lead them every step. You want that person who's got a little bit of entrepreneurship, a little bit of that. They can have fear of change, but as long as they're making those little changes, those little stretches, they're growing within themselves and doing a little bit more. It's very, very powerful. And guys, the only things you really need to get your head around, there's the products, there's the marketing plan, and there's the you factor. Products are the same for all of us. There's not different products for males and different products for females. There's not different products for 60-year-olds and different products for 20-year-olds. It's the same all the way through. Our marketing plan is exactly the same. It doesn't say that if you've come from a management background or you've got a degree at university, we pay you more. No. You could be the street cleaner and you come in, you're in exactly the same position as the manager. Marketing plan is equal Equal does for everybody, male, female. No glass ceilings here, guys. No glass ceilings. But here's the key. Here's the variable, is you. It's what will you do with your products? What will you do with activity with your business? What will you do with your personal growth? What will you do when the challenges come? What will you do when you fall over? It's the you. What do you do when someone takes your car park at the shopping centre? What do you do when someone cuts in front of you when you're driving? You know, what do you do when there's some litter on the road and there's a rubbish bin 20 metres up ahead? You know, do you just step over it? Do you pick it up, put it in the rubbish bin? What do you do? You know, someone has a go at you. What do you do? Do you have a go back, or do you just smile, tell them to have a great day, move on? You know, what do you do? So it's the you factor that's going to make the biggest difference in this business. Okay, and some simple things, guys. You know, wear the button, brand yourself. There's so much branding now; it's just crazy. So make sure you're branded. You know, when I had a hotel, people knew where the hotel was. Yeah, the hotel was there so people would walk in the door. People don't know that you're a Herbalife distributor. They're not just going to walk in your front door because you've opened it. You've got to have some sort of signage, and that can be your brand. You can have a sign out the front of your house. I would encourage you to have a sign out the front of your house that says Herbalife and your mobile phone number in big letters, you know, with lose weight, whatever it happens to be. So just brand yourself. Let people know what you do. And then talk to people. You know, and, you know, how do we generate those? You know, how did I generate those leads? You know, when I went from being part-time to full-time and I did that 90-day plan, yeah, my sponsor just gave me a list of things to do. So sit down with your sponsor and do the things that are really working for your team. Okay. So, you know, work within your team, because some things are really powerful. Some things are, you know, take time. You know, some things work quickly. You know, some things are going to take a lot of time, okay? So do whatever it is that's working and then stretch and grow. You need to stretch and grow all the time. You know, this is a business about growth. And then what do you say? You know, guys, we get the button response. If you want to keep it simple and duplicatable, absolutely don't talk about all things Herbalife. Go back to that. The script, it's 4 questions. I got 5, you know, just still very simple. There's just one more I worked out that, you know, was valuable over time. And guys, it's about stories. It's not about ingredients. It's not about anything else other than stories. I don't know about that. All I know is, and then follow up. Because your follow up drops away, you know, with your prospective distributors or your new distributors or your clients. Let me tell you, the majority of them, the ones who aren't self-motivated, will drop away. We've got so many ways that we can keep in touch with people today, you know, with our Facebook groups, you know, with texting, with messaging. There are just so many ways. That regular contact, just so they know you're thinking of them. Something personalized. You cannot beat a phone call. And if you don't get them, leave a message. Leave a nice message, short, simple, nice message. That follow-up, you know, will help things, help people understand that you care about them, and you need to. As part of Mark's mission, see, it's about a mission to change the nutrition habits of the world. What's your mission? What's your mission within that greater mission? You know, help 40 or 50 people personally. You know, if you want to be a presence team, you know, help 2,000 people through your organization. See, it's a mission. So, you know, little goal when you get a little job when you get off this call. If you don't have your own mission within the wider Herbalife mission, sit down and work out what your mission is and make sure it tallies up with where you want to be. Okay? And retailing the products, it's just that these questions, just learn them, guys. I'm not going to go through them. They're fairly simple, you know, but go through them. Have them so they're just like conversation. It's not a pitch. It's not anything else other than conversation. And really listen to people, be interested in people, and just know stories. You know, guys, if I want to answer a question, I answer it with a story. I'm talking to someone about the business. I'm talking stories first. By the way, I use Caroline's story all the time. It's a fantastic story. I use Julie Chalmers almost in my team. I use her story all the time. But I use the whole broad spectrum of stories, whatever is relevant at the time. And guys, client care is really important. I'm going to suggest you take a screenshot of this. It's one thing to talk to somebody, but it's really important how you do your presentation. It doesn't have to be perfectly like this, by the way, because sometimes you're doing them face-to-face. Sometimes you've got a lot of time. Sometimes it's over the phone, on Zoom, whatever it happens to be, But guys, you develop some rapport with someone. Have a cuppa, have a thermo, and develop some rapport. Do a body scan. That body scan's so powerful, because people don't get the opportunity to do that all over the place. We are very unique in our situation where we have people doing body scans. We do them for nothing. Guys, you want to go do a body scan with some of these other professionals, health professionals, it'll cost you a small fortune. Guys, fill out the client lifestyle and wellness evaluation. Whatever your system, your team use, have something, because this will help you look after the person. If you skip this step, you don't know a lot of their habits and what they want and some of those little things that could cause problems. So really, guys, fill it out. Explain that concept of cell nutrition, with the villi, the balanced nutrition, all those things. And then here's the key. Story, relevant stories. So have your stories lined up, whether that's out of a pitch book, a presentation folder on your iPad, on your phone, whatever it happens to be, story. And then just show some examples. Now, guys, yes, do I use Quick Start Advanced Ultimate? Yes, I do. With our sports range, do I include some of those? With the protein, do I include that? Yes. So do I customize programs for people? Yes, I do. So do I stick with those exact 3? No. But if I've got somebody coming and I know a little bit about them already, I will have laid out 3 options. I'll know the price of 3 options, and before they get there. So I always give people options, and I suggest to them, I would suggest, hey, this is the one I would suggest for you, but hey, whatever you want to do is absolutely fine. Here's what I prefer. I prefer someone to start on a Formula 1, a multivitamin, and a thermo, a tea. Start on those 3 products, then start on nothing. Be overwhelmed by the price. And if I can get someone consistent using those products and start to get them getting that little result, not a big result, a little result, starting to feel the difference, starting to reshape or whatever it is for them, then I can upgrade. See, I registered a girl at Fit Club this morning. She'd used the products previously. We got her registered today. We put in her first order. We added 2 more products, fitted into her budget, 2 more products because she was at 25%. So she helped on a protein powder and an NRG that she hadn't been on in that first round. So, guys, it doesn't matter where they start. It's how you look after them once they start. And then, guys, once you've shown those 3 options, how do you want to lose your weight faster? And, guys, at the end of the day, it's all about action. It's about going to work, okay? Because as it says there, you don't get rich making money. You get rich making things happen. What does that mean? That means you're out there and talking to people. You're following up your clients. You're letting people know that there's a business opportunity here. You're making things happen. You've got things bubbling away, little things bubbling away. You're bringing new people to your Herbalife opportunity meetings or your open houses. You're bringing new people along there, or your kickoffs. New people, not the same old people, but you're bringing new people, and your new people are bringing other people. That's what it's about, making things happen, guys, and promoting. So really, really important. And so, guys, 90-day plan, it's just a 1-day plan of action repeated for 90 days. Why do we repeat it for 90 days? Because we're in the momentum business. It's a momentum business. So what does that mean? It takes time to build momentum. So you've got to go out and do the work, generally without much coming back to you in those early parts of a 90-day plan. But here it is. Go find a buddy and do a 90-day plan each. right? Work together, keep each other honest. Work with your mentor. Send your gauges off to your mentor. Whatever those gauges are, keep it simple. Whatever they are, let your mentor or your sponsor, whichever works for you, it could be the same person. Send them off to that person. I don't care if they don't read them. Send them off, and just so you're accountable, and then repeat it and build momentum. I literally went from making $1,000 a month part time to $2,500 a month. That little gap of an extra $1,500 a month took me 6 weeks to build. It took me 6 weeks to get the momentum. And then it was what happened after that built my income, guys. So, and when you're building a team, if you just want that part-time, just build their client base. If you're looking for that royalty-based income and freedom was what I was always looking for. It was about freedom. It's building a team so that you're working with a willing student. So don't take shortcuts when you're doing that. Don't skip steps, because everything you do is a lesson for your new distributor. They're going to watch you every step. If you miss a couple, guess what? It'd be like taking a kid to school and he misses out. He skips his English class every week and he skips his maths. He's not going to be very good at English and maths if he does that. You've got to go through all of the steps. Okay? And, really simply, guys, fill out your distributor registration online. Set your new distributor up on the products. Like I said, I'll set up really well. Set your people up really well. Find out their why. We talk about those 20 goals. Get some nice short-term ones so you get some goals you can tick off. They don't always have to be those long-term things you want at the end. Get some little goals, some things they can tick off in those first 3 or 4 or 5, 6 months. So you can come back and say, hey guys, when they're a bit dissatisfied because they see other people going faster, you can say, hang on, remember you came in, you wanted to make $200 a week and you're now making $1,200 a month. That's $300 a week. You've already passed that first goal. Guys, keep going. Remember where you came from. And then start to develop that list and headhunt with them. Get them to headhunt good people who they want to work with, people who they know, people who they love, people who they trust. Really, really important. And then just do that business launch shake party with them in that first 7 to 10 days. Talk to their circle of influence with them. So lots of 3-way calls. Make sure you're talking to people at the shake party or business launch. Let them know that your job is to talk to their people for them. So, I say it to people and they look at me really strange. I say, your job is to put me to work and do those 3-way calls. I'm sure Caroline could tell you, she listened to me do those 3-way calls. I wasn't very good at it, by the way, but that didn't matter. Did I get everybody? No, I didn't. But we just had to have some little early successes. And that's that tell, show, try, do. Very important. So just work with your people. Keep it really simple, super simple. It's that KISS principle. Keep it super simple. The simpler it is, the easier it is to duplicate. Keep it fun. Make sure that, you're not doing something, to sound a little bit more intelligent than you are, or to do more than, so they think you're more than you are. Just be the normal person. If you're a normal, ordinary, everyday, average person and you're making $2,000 a month part-time, that is so powerful to the rest of the people out there. So powerful, especially if you don't look that intelligent. Okay? And the simpler you keep your business, the quicker your business will grow. Guys, here's the key. Personal growth. Because everything we think, everything we say, everything we do, everything around us, people, objects, thoughts, is energy. A Mercedes-Benz is energy. You want a Mercedes-Benz? Match the energy. If you're not where you want to be, means you're not matching the energy of where you want to be. So start to be that. That's what they say. Be that person first, and then it will come. So match the energy first. you know. So you match that energy, and it will come to you. And I'm extraordinary the amount of times I've been able to do this, guys. Match the energy of your goals. You be that person, and the goal will come. If you can see where I'm looking at the moment, you know, the view where I'm looking right at the moment is a screenshot, you know, on my computer. But the screenshot was there for a year and a half. No, actually, I think it was probably about 3 years, actually, this one, before I had the view. You know, I had the picture first. So, guys, there's a few things that I brought to this business that are very powerful. And by the way, I only know they're powerful because I can look back. You don't know how powerful they are when you're doing them. You've got to look back to join the dots. You cannot join the dots going forward. Look back to join the dots. I'd already lost a house. I'd already lost a business. I'd already lost all the, you know, cars. As a result, my family, finding the pressure and the stress of being around me probably was too much, the family, you know, so I'd already lost a lot. Because I still had some goals. I still had some dreams. I was a pretty broken guy, you know, when I found Herbalife. Well, not long after I found Herbalife, I was a very broken guy. So it took me time to build the Mike Thoars back up, you know, to be able to build. So, but the things I'm persistent. You know, Caroline developed in 9 years, well, 8 years really, what took me over 20 years. And I look and not many people would put up with what I put up with to do it. You know, I watch people fly past me in the business. Yeah, they were smarter than me. You know, they might have had a better product result at the time. They might have been slicker. You know, they might have been better talkers, better wordsmiths, all those things, but they didn't have the persistence to get through the hard times. They didn't have they weren't able to overcome some of those big challenges like I'd had to overcome. I'd overcome challenges. So, you know, overcoming challenges and being persistent, getting back up when you fall down, not comparing yourself with the people who are going through. Ask yourself the question, what are they doing that I'm not? And I used to, guys, and I watch people fly past me, but then I watch them fly out of the business. They're gone. Great people without persistence, without that consistency, and without the ability to overcome challenges that were put up in front of them. You know, I've still got a great friend today I worked with 20 years ago. He wasn't in my team. He got 2 months of global expansion team, missed the third month. He did this within about probably his first 4 or 5 months of being in the business, gone out of the business 20 years ago. Today, he would be easily a chairman's club. He was that good, but he didn't have that persistence in this business. You know, so persistence, have challenges, understand that life is going to, your challenges change. That's all that happens, guys. Your challenges change, but you got to get up and go again. Get knocked down, get up, go again. What do they say? The Japanese proverb: get knocked down 7 times, get up 8. So you keep getting up until, and that's a word my sponsor taught me. How long do I have to do this for? Until. Because that until is different for everybody. Okay? And be dogged. Be really dogged, guys. And with your personal development, I want you to write down on your pads, personal development versus personal growth. Personal development versus personal growth. Personal development is the learning. It's watching the watching the videos, listening to the audios, reading the books. It's doing all those things. You know, very important to do that. Yeah, vitamins for the mind, as Jim Rohn said. But you only have personal growth when you use that, when you put it into practice. That's when you grow. And so what we're looking for, guys, in Herbalife is not personal growth, personal development not going to change your life. Personal growth will change your life as you grow, as you're the person that sees the rubbish, sees the bin, picks it up, puts it in, or sees a plastic bag. Oh, I can pick up these 3 or 4 bits of rubbish, put it in. You're the person who someone's going for the same car park as you wave them in. You know, you just walk a little bit further. You know, you take the trolley back for the other, you know, the pregnant lady who's putting her kids into the car. You take a trolley back for her. You just take that extra minute while she finishes unloading and take it back. You know, so it's doing those small things and working with your team the same. You know, having the love of a mother and the protection of a father with your team. And think about the love of a mother. It's not a scolding love. It's not putting it on people about what they should and shouldn't do. It's the love of a mother, unconditional love of a mother. If you bring that to your business, guys, you know, and you grow personally and you go to work, you know, action, you know, you develop your personal growth into practice each day, and you put, you know, do some activity every single day, you know, the life is yours. I mean, my life today, guys, is absolutely extraordinary. You know, I make over $20,000 a month in residual income. In Herbalife, that's not a big number. Let me tell you, outside of Herbalife, that's a massive number. But it started with one customer, one distributor, one supervisor. You know, I've had lines of people that took me to global expansion team, lines just disappeared. I've had lines of what would today be active world team. There was no such thing as active world team. Lines of active world team disappear. But here's what happened, guys. I didn't disappear. So my suggestion to you is, when you have these challenges, keep going, have some fun. Go, hey, that's their journey in life. It's not my journey, it's their journey. So if this is your journey, if you have a mission, if you have a real strong desire to help people, you know, really the world is your oyster. And I'm going to finish off with a little story, guys, a little story. We had a training a few months ago, and we had Luby Henneberry. And when I heard the name Henneberry from Western Australia, my ears pricked up, and I asked around. I followed, chased her up, went and had a little chat with her. I said, would you know the Henneberries from Carnarvon? And she says, yeah, well, my dad was a Henneberry from Carnarvon. I said, oh, okay, interesting. Your dad had the Carnarvon Hotel. There was a family hotel. He was one of the brothers and their father, 3 brothers, and their father had the hotel. And I bought the pub around the corner. I was only a youngster, 22 at the time, and with my younger brother. So yeah, we had these brothers running hotels around the corner. So we were competitors, but we're also friendly competitors. And Luby's dad was a great guy. Yeah, he worked in the hospitality industry. He shared with us, you know, if they needed something, we gave it to them. If we needed something, you know, they gave it to us. We just worked together, got on fantastically as opposition. You know, I sold my hotel, lost everything, ended up in Herbalife. You know, Millionaire team, making $20,000 a month. Yeah, my life is a life of relative freedom. Not completely free, but relative freedom. And the choices are not based on money anymore. You know, Luby's dad went and bought another business and worked hard in that business for 30 years. Or was it 18 years? Whatever he did. Luby's mum and dad worked hard. So Dave, my mate, worked hard in that business for however long. When he left the business, he owed money. They sold their business and had to pay more money than what they had, you know, what the business was worth. And now he works for the council. A couple of years older than me. So I'm 59, he's probably early 60s. And so he's working with the council now. I have a life of freedom with $20,000 a month. The choice came not 2 years or 3 years ago. The choice was made 30 years ago. So if you're young, if you're 20 or 30 or 40 even, it's the choices you make today that are going to determine where you are in 25 years' time. So keep a long-term vision. Yes, you need to survive in the short term, but have that long-term vision. Luby looks at her dad and sees where her dad is today, and she looks at Mike Thoars, where he is today, and I'm in such a powerful position. That's his journey. It's my journey, but it's choices, and you can only connect the dots going backwards. And I really feel for Luby's dad. He was a great friend of mine at the time. That little stage in our life over in the country Western Australia, and I really feel I was in tears when she was telling me the story. But guys, it's looking backwards. So I'm going to encourage you guys to really take a long-term vision with your business. Go to work every day. And then when I say every day, if you choose to work 5 days a week, great. Go to work every day, 5 days a week. If you choose to work 6 days a week, go to work every day for 6 days. If you choose to work 4 days a week, whatever it is, go to work in those days. Do whatever you can. Grow wherever you can. Become frustrated, but action will always get you out of when you're stuck. Action. Caroline used to ring me frustrated, whingy, whiny. Yeah, that same Caroline, whingy, you having a little whinge at me. I'd say, great. Go do, what have you done? She'd tell me what she'd done. I'd say, go grab 200 flies, go out, do those 200 flies, talk to me when you come back. She probably hated me for saying that, but here's what I knew. She was in action. She was doing something for her future. She was outside getting some fresh air and a bit of sun, which a lot of people need. And I knew her attitude would be different, and it always was. So, guys, I hope there's just one or two little things that you can pick up from there, that can help you in your journey, and work with your team. What I'm going to do just to show you how I live. For those who don't know, this is my backyard. Pretty cool deal, isn't it? And there we go. We look up there, right up in that corner, up past those pine trees, guys. That's Noosa. So, I've been here watching the whales, watching the birds, having a bit of fun, guys. So it's a pretty cool lifestyle I have. So I'm going to hand it back to you, Caroline. I hope you guys have got some value from that. I hope you got some notes, and really look forward to hearing your stories, knowing that the fact that Caroline got started can change your life, guys. And I'm really excited. I'm off to the US extravaganza. I'll leave Friday, so I'm looking forward to coming back with some new information, sharing it with the team, and helping you guys grow, develop, and achieving your goals and dreams. Thanks very much, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Mike. I reckon that was one of our most powerful 500 club calls. So we really appreciate your time and the content that you shared. I mean, it's so simple, and that's why your business is so successful. So we absolutely appreciate that. I know that you're a totally busy man and totally, leading from the front when you come to, when we come to work ethics. So again, thank you so much, guys. Let's see some post promotion on our team pages, and tell everybody what value you got out of Mike Thoars' call today. I cannot wait to announce the next guest speaker for this month in July. And wait till that is announced. But again, Mike, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Mike. That was good.
We loved it. See you guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.